Well, you have to understand the difference between the two. Initially, a Roth IRA is going to be taxed money that grows tax-free through the investment cycle. A traditional is pre-tax money growing tax-deferred. The thing that's different about retirement accounts is that you pay normal income tax on distribution at the end of the day. So, Roth money, if you're young, you're growing the account, or if you're buying something that's going to have explosive growth, obviously a Roth is a great situation for you. If you're looking at converting, and you can convert a traditional to a Roth over time also, but you sort of have to look at the investments, what's happening with those, what you anticipate happening, how old you are. And I think ultimately, originally government sort of threw Roths out there as an idea that hey, we're going to have people converting accounts, we're going to get access to tax revenue today that we aren't going to get in a traditional format till way, way deep in the future. And so maybe not as much of that conversion occurred as they probably anticipated initially. But if you've got something, one of the custodians tells a story of somebody starting a tech fund for a couple $1,000s with a Roth selling it for $1 billion. Well, that's a tax-free deal. That's a very, very attractive thing. But if I'm, let's say, in my 60s and I'm looking at a choice between using traditional money or converting to a Roth, or just simply taking that money out at 59 and a half, you can take in-service distributions without a penalty. So you'd really have to look at the asset, look at what you have, and say, okay, do I want to do a conversion from traditional to Roth and still have all the strings that are attached with a retirement account, or just to simply do a distribution of the asset and pull it out? So it's something where you really have to sharpen your pencil. You work with your tax people, figure out what the tax ramifications are and when to do it. If you're going to make these conversions or take distributions, it's always tax planning. Whatever's in your account has to come out at some point. So how do you get it out with the least possible tax exposure? Well, I sort of covered that question just a minute ago. We're really just looking at whether it's pre-tax money growing tax deferred or tax money growing tax free. And I guess the other thing I need to point out is if we're talking about, let's say, a real estate investment, it's leveraged. Somebody might do a Roth conversion thinking, hey, I don't have any tax exposure on this thing, period. Well, if you're flipping, you're going to have some tax subject to UBIT or UBTI. And if you've got a leveraged investment. So number one, can you finance a property owned by a retirement account? The answer is yes, but it's got to be a non-recourse IRA compliant, IRA 401k compliant loan. And then you've got to look at, if we're talking about IRAs, even Roth IRAs, you're going to have tax exposure on the debt financed income or gain. So what that means, any income or gain attributable to that loan, you've got exposure on. 401k plans are different. You don't have that with that debt financed income or gain. So big difference between those two investment vehicles.